What is keeping the covenant of the ark? And Pastor Alph Lukau gives the message, follow the ark. Let's see. The Ark of the Covenant is the only item of furniture in the most holy place in the temple, Exodus 25 verses 10 to 22. It was a box of acacia wood decorated with gold. Standing over the ark were two angels made of solid gold. Between these angels was the mercy seat, Exodus 25 verses 17 to 22, where God's supernatural presence was located. It symbolizes God's throne in heaven, situated between two angels, Psalm 80 verse 1. 3 objects were stored inside the Ark of the Covenant. They are the 10 Commandments, a pot of manna, and Aaron's rod. First, the 10 Commandments, which God had written with his own finger on stone tablets, and which his people were to obey forever, Revelation 14 verse 12, were inside the Ark, Deuteronomy 10 verses 4 and 5.
I'm not sure why. By now you must know clearly what the Lord has vested in this year 2024. I just happen to be here. I don't know exactly. You gotta know exactly what is it that God has set in motion for you in this year.
Jesus.
Now ask again, what is it that this year holds for you?
MFB.
Is there anything that you are perceiving?
Jesus.
What are you seeing? You can't move unless you see.
Glory be to Jesus.
Your seeing here has little to do with your eyes inside. It has to do with your vision.
Yes.
The vision that God has given you the grace to have in the spiritual realm. Sometimes there is a conflict with your eyes, between your eyes and your vision. Because your eyes may speak to your reality.
But the cover of atonement was upon them, which indicated that as long as God's people confessed and forsook sin, Proverbs 28 verse 13, mercy would be extended through the blood of the atonement offered by the priest. The lid was sprinkled, Leviticus 16 verses 15 and 16. The blood of the beast represents the blood of Jesus that was shed to give us the forgiveness of sins, Matthew 26 verse 28, Hebrews 9 verse 22. The tablets of the law within the Ark of the Covenant testified to the fact that God's kingdom is founded on an immutable standard of righteousness, Psalm 97 verse 2, which must also honor divine grace. Grace cannot be given on conditions that bring to naught the law, Romans 3 verse 31. When sin is forgiven, the claim of the law against the sinner must also be satisfied. The purpose of the gospel is to secure the sinner the forgiveness of his sins, a means to faith which does not make void the law, but establishes it. There can be no reunion between God and man based on the law alone, because sin separates us from him, Isaiah 59 verses 1 and 2. The sprinkling of blood must intervene in the covering of the atonement, for it is only on the ground of Christ's intercession on our behalf that we can be drawn to God, Hebrews 7 verse 25. Second, the jar of manna represents God's bread that came down from heaven and fed the nation of Israel as they wandered through the desert, Exodus 16 verses 12 to 16. Third, Aaron's rod testified to God's choice of Aaron as high priest, Numbers 17:1-10. The main purpose of the Ark of the Covenant was to serve as a repository for God's holy law. Because the stone tablets were a transcript of God's character and will, and, moreover, engraved by God's own hands, they were honored as the most sacred object in the sanctuary. The law was also known as the Covenant, Deuteronomy 4 verses 12 and 13, 9:9-15, and the Ark was commonly called the Ark of the Covenant, Deuteronomy 31 verse 26, Hebrews 9 verse 4, etc., winky face.